Reggio di Calabria, in the extreme south of Italy, where 8 months of virtually non-stop rioting have left the acrid tang of tear gas in the air and a bitter sense of frustration among the people. The people of Reggio took to the streets after the Calabrian Council had decided to make the rival town of Catanzaro the new regional capital. For Reggio, the larger of the two towns, it was not only a severe blow to civic pride, but also a serious economic setback. The rioting that followed left at least 6 people dead and hundreds injured. The town's rebellion disrupted life in the whole of southern Italy, forcing the government to call in armoured troops to support the local police. The barricades are now coming down, and superficially at least, Reggio's lost the battle. The debris can easily be cleared away. What will be much more difficult to remove is the sense of burning resentment that most of Reggio's citizens feel towards both regional and national governments. Reggio's recent troubles began last July when the central government in Rome set up 15 new regions, including Calabria in the toe of the Italian boot. Decentralization meant Calabria would have its own government and a substantial measure of local autonomy. The choice of regional capital lay between Reggio and Catanzaro, and as the people went to the polls to elect their new regional assemblies, Reggio confidently expected to be chosen. The new regional structure had been envisaged under the 1947 Constitution, and by finally putting it into effect, President Saragat supervised the biggest shift in political power since Italy first became a united country 100 years ago. Successive Christian democratic governments had postponed the measure, fearing that the communists would achieve even stronger representation in the regions than they had at the national level. The election results showed the fear to be groundless. Supporters of strong central government, mainly right-wingers and especially the neo-fascists, claimed the government would use regionalism to reward faithful party bosses with political jobs and commercial contracts. The road to regionalism may have been paved with good intentions, but the promotion of Catanzaro as the Calabrian capital was seen in Reggio as the result of pressure brought to bear by influential Catanzaro politicians in the Colombo government in Rome. The crucial decision came in Catanzaro at a meeting of the regional council attended by delegates from both towns. The Reggio delegates thought of boycotting the meeting and only attended with the greatest reluctance, a symptom perhaps of what many outside observers see as one of Reggio's greatest weaknesses, political inexperience. The town has failed to produce any politicians of national importance. Immediately it became known that Catanzaro was to be the capital, rioting began in Reggio. The compromise arranged recently, whereby the regional council would occasionally sit at Reggio, has done nothing to soothe injured feelings. Reggio wanted the thousands of government jobs that will now go to its rival. Catanzaro, though a small town of only 80,000 people, already has the smart air of a provincial capital. The Byzantines built it, the Normans conquered it, and its citizens once taught the French the art of silk weaving. It has controlled local government in southern Italy since 1908, when Reggio was hit by an earthquake. Reggio, less than 100 miles down the line from Catanzaro, presents a sorry contrast. Although a rail terminus and with a harbour serving trade routes with Sicily, the town was put in 92nd place out of 93 in a recently compiled League of Prosperity of Italian towns. The earthquake 63 years ago reduced the town to rubble and killed 35,000 people. It's never really recovered and has shared the neglect that has been southern Italy's lot for so long. Important public works are proceeding at snail's pace. Work on this bridge by the harbour has been going on for 11 years. It could go on for 11 more. The politicians in Rome have promised to give the town a $240 million steel mill, but the locals say the mill will end up in Catanzaro, along with the international airport and everything else. This local railway works is Reggio's biggest factory. It's also Reggio's only factory. Reggio's anger has been shaped by the combined resentment of the unemployed urban middle classes and the backward peasantry who are fiercely loyal to the South. The revolt cut right across recognised party lines. Communists joined Christian Democrat to stone the police and set fire to cars. Such tactics gave the town an unjustified reputation as a haven of black-shirted neo-fascists, a reputation never reflected at the polls. In recent years, industrialization at all costs has been considered the only answer to the backwardness of the Italian South. The policies resulted in the desert cathedrals, as the Italians call them, gigantic plants costing vast sums that have failed to generate commercial life. Their failure has now convinced many experts that industry for the South is wrong, and it's a view shared by many in Reggio. What is needed, they say, is a program to develop tourist potential and a local government in Reggio to carry it out. Meanwhile, on Italy's autostrada of the sun, high above Reggio, the armoured cars watch and wait, ready for the next round of riots. Nobody, of course, believes that troops can solve Reggio's problems. That's still a job for the politicians far away in Rome.